Hey everyone, Chip Rogers, Chief Partner Officer at Workspan, and we are here at day 3. It's been fantastic and just so much energy here in Las Vegas. How's it been going?
There's always energy in Vegas, but this conference, the buzz has been fantastic. We obviously stand in front of the RingCentral booth. We've had a great amount of traffic, but as you know, what I appreciate the most is the quality of the interactions that we've had. People are coming by, certainly grabbing some of the good swag, but really engaging with us to understand what is it that we do, how we work with AWS, and how they could benefit from that. So we've had some really good conversations with customers and partners. Right? There's other partners here as well that I work with, and so it's great to connect with them and see how things are going and how we can continue to drive, the overall, partnership.
Yeah, that's great. That's what you want, right? That's what you want.
100%.
Yeah. So I'm excited to be joined by Slo Umicevic.
Very good.
Yeah, and Slo is RVP of Global Technology Partners for RingCentral.
Yes.
And yeah, it's great to have you on.
Great to finally meet you in person, and to the audience here. Thank you for listening to me. Hopefully I bring some value to you.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's start with your role, Global Technology Partners. RingCentral is, you guys are in the communication space, so you're always connecting technologies and people and platforms, and so there are so many opportunities for partnerships. Talk a little bit about that and how you sort of think about partnerships for RingCentral.
Sure, certainly. I mean, look, we've had a very tremendous partnership ecosystem with our 20,000+ channel partners, our dozen global service provider relationships that we work with, and then certainly the technology partners, the ISV relationships. What we've done is we've looked at these technology relationships and said, how can we deliver more to our customers, right? How can we drive more value to our customers? And then also, how can we work with these partners to obviously drive, strategic goals, as well as obviously goals when it comes to revenue and pipeline, et cetera, that these partnerships can bring. And so, we've kind of looked at from a technology partnership standpoint, we've kind of broken it up into 3 kind of groups, Chip. The first is these kind of enriched partnerships, ones with other SaaS, software companies, a Salesforce, a HubSpot, et cetera, where we already have an integration. And so how can we work together to drive a best-in-class integration so that it benefits our collective customers, our prospective customers, where they get better outcomes, right? Productivity gains, better internal communication and collaboration, better customer experiences, et cetera, for example, through our contact center platform. And all of that, I have to say AI, right? All of that powered by AI, because all those interactions is data, right? And that data, it can be used to drive better insights, better outcomes, et cetera. And so that helps both companies and obviously the end customer. So that's kind of the enriched partnership. The kind of enhanced partnerships are companies that are, adjacent but complementary to our, our core value of business communication, contact center, et cetera. And so they'll provide functionality like a call whale with marketing attribution, or a Theta Lake, when it comes to, risk compliance and certainly in the financial services sector, so we built up those partnerships to help drive greater value and drive sales for both companies. And then last but not least is kind of where with these hyperscalers, where AWS, fits in, is these extend partnerships where we're driving, global scale, we're driving value to those customers. Being on AWS Marketplace certainly makes it easy for these customers to be able to procure our services, but obviously also drive, workloads and consumption for AWS, because we are also a customer of AWS. So it really benefits the end customer, but it benefits us from a partnership standpoint.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I love the way that you sort of think about the three categories of partners. That helps sort of cement, put it in, keep it in people's minds about how the value that you're trying to get out of each of the partnerships.
Yeah, and when we engage with prospective new partners, like, we also have an incubation kind of area of our business, right? And so there's all these other partners, that are driving value for us. And so how can we, when we look at the next cohort, if you want, of partners, that insight, and then being able to say, okay, what value are they bringing? Is it an integration and that enrich aspect for our customers, or is it something that's more adjacent, or are they large enough, et cetera, that they're going to drive that scale and those type of commercial benefits, that an extend partner does? by I don't say just purely categorizing it, but it also helps understand the go-to-market aspect of it, right? Obviously, you're going to fine-tune it for every partner, as you should, et cetera, but at least it provides a framework, that then builds repeatable success, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. Talk a little bit about the partnership with AWS. You go to market together. How do you engage with AWS and you think about sort of the co-build, co-market, co-sell elements of the partnership?
Yeah, so I'll leave the co-build aspect of it because that's something new that we'll talk about. But certainly on the co-market piece of it, look, we're here at an AWS event, but we're also at these industry events together, right? Whether it be Gartner or HIMSS from a healthcare standpoint, because we play in certain verticals as well, right? We have a very focused vertical strategy. So does AWS, right? And so aligning first of all at a level as like, what are the customer sizes? What are those key verticals? What is the joint value from a vertical lens, and how can we communicate a better together message? And then when we're at these events, as opposed to acting independently, we're now able to address a common set of customers and communicate enhanced value, right, through that vertical lens, right? From a co-sell standpoint, certainly we have a common set of accounts, but also prospects of each other. And so being able to, the triple I's, now I'm into another set of triple E's and now triple I's, right? But I think Jared Fuller, is the info, the information, the things that you can't search, et cetera. So that intelligence helps understand how to engage with those customers in the most effective way. That benefits the end customer because you're not just kind of throwing something at the wall hoping that it sticks. You understand the business priorities, right? And so AWS helps us understand the business priorities of these customers, how to bring value to these customers individually and collectively, right? And then, if we have a compelling value and there's interest on part of our customer, then this is where we truly, are there working with AWS to meet the broader group of stakeholders. That's the introduction piece. And then at the very end of it, is when if the customer's making a decision, right, that influence piece, and then they understand that, oh look, you're on AWS, RingCentral's on AWS Marketplace, and I can retire if they have a commitment, I can retire that commitment, 25% of it, by procuring RingCentral and Marketplace. That drives a better outcome for the customer, but that also drives, obviously, great things for AWS and RingCentral.
Yeah, really helps that, those Marketplace transactions, helps really streamline the process. Consistent, contracting. You've got the EDBs you can draw down, and it just makes everything a lot smoother.
The partners have been vetted, right? So the customers have trust, the trust aspect of it. They have trust that this is a solid company, a partner to AWS, and then obviously from a simplified billing and procurement standpoint, those are great gains. The fact that they don't have to go and secure a new budget, we're able to be able to procure that. They can leverage an existing commitment level. That's huge, right? You don't need to go to the CFO. That could be a director level decision because it's already been, committed. So those are huge enablers. I feel these marketplaces are huge enablers for partners like RingCentral.
That's fantastic. Slo, thank you so much for taking a little time and sharing what's happening at RingCentral, and we've got another day and a half still to go, 2 days, and
I'll need a week later. I'm out of Toronto. I'll need a week in Toronto to recover from a week in Vegas. But you know what? I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's been wonderful. Look forward to seeing you at subsequent events, and thank you all for your time. I appreciate it.
Fantastic. Thank you, Slo. And thank you all for joining, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.
Good.